kind of wild to see how fascist the world actually are when you protest in support of a group of people being genocided. When you protest in support of Palestinian people, you can be arrested for your freedom of speech. It happens in America, happens in Germany, happens in the UK, and many other nations. It is pretty wild.
Tens of thousands marched through London. This, the first large-scale pro-Palestinian demonstration since ugly scenes in the capital on Armistice Day. Leaflets handed out by police warned anyone inciting hatred would be arrested.
So if a Nazi were to walk up doing the Hitler salute saying Jews are bad, would they arrest them? Because I doubt. I've seen so many nations where Nazis can protest openly and nothing happens to them. They never get arrested.
The route, police from forces around the country had been brought in to support the Met.
Well, they're doing their job and we're doing our job. It's not a hate march because you can see it's really peaceful.
Nothing's going to happen. Everything's fine. It's peaceful.
But away from the main march, a separate, much smaller protest organised by Hizb ut-Tahrir, the same group that held a demo last month where the word jihad was chanted. There were tears for Palestinian children, but police on alert. 2 women were pulled over by officers and asked to translate their banners.
The best translation would be, who will roll up the sleeves for heaven?
But without an independent interpreter on the ground, police asked the women to wait. This is an example of the difficult balancing act police.
Wow, they're going to try to arrest them for having a sign?
Have, allowing free speech, but not allowing anything that incites hatred or promotes terrorism. After several minutes of confusion, they arrested them.
You're under arrest and suspicion.
Wow, being arrested for having a sign. How is this not fascism? This is what Nazis in Germany did too, where they would arrest people protesting in support of Jewish people.
Section 4A, religious, Section 4A, aggravated public order.
How can you arrest us for something you don't know what it means, though?
Aggravated public order? What does that even mean?
They were taken to a police station for questioning. Back on the main march, demonstrators said protests will continue until there's a permanent ceasefire, not just a temporary halt to the fighting.
It's a pause, it's not a ceasefire. We want Israel to stop bombing Gaza. That's why we're out. We want peace, that's what we're out for.
Yeah, because the Israeli government is bombing UN shelters. How is the Israeli government not investigated by various nations for war crimes because it's illegal to attack UN shelters?
And organisers defended the rights of the protesters.
We have very clear laws that define what is and what is not acceptable. The police's job is to implement those laws. They have been policing these marches. They have had to arrest a handful of people. We know they're under huge political pressure, including people who are trying to conflate anti-Semitism with legitimate advocacy for Palestinian rights.
But those...
Yeah, there's so many people who will claim you're anti-Semitic for supporting Palestinian people, and that makes no sense whatsoever. But it's just a tactic used to shut people down when they criticize the Israeli government for their genocide. Oh, you don't like what the Israeli government is doing? That must mean you're anti-Semitic. But how does that make any sense when if you criticize the Spanish government, you're not racist against Spaniards?
Suspected of crossing a line were taken away by officers. Proactive policing after criticism by some of too little intervention at previous protests.